The pessimists will tell you the high school season's great. We've got some great teams here in the Alamo City, but when you run into the juggernauts from the Austin area, you can just pack up the gear and get ready for track and field. Brennan coach Stephen Bazier said if his program wanted to move forward in the state pecking order long term, they would need to beat one of the big dogs. Well, enter mighty Lake Travis. The Cavaliers have been in the club for a while now, but Brennan may need to start fitting jackets. First quarter, no score. Ashton Dubose, we know he's good. We've been watching him all season long. Rest of the state about to find out he's slippery. It's wet out there. Weaving through the traffic, breaking the plane for the touchdown. You don't think this means a lot to him? He's fired up. 6-0 Bears. This one being played at New Braunfels Canyon, especially slick up there. But next, Brennan possession. Right off the numbers of the receiver, and Gavin McCullough picks it off for Lake Travis. Turnover significant because it would lead to the first Cavalier touchdown. This is such a good ball, it's out of your frame and caught in the back corner of the end zone. That's Seth Galbraith of Lake Travis who hauls it in. He's got some size. It's 7-6 Cavs. Later in the half, the pop pass. This is Avron Carter, makes one miss. Watch 19 of Brennan here. Put the hands up, no hold, no hold. Inside the 20, Bears are knocking. They were moving the ball with ease through the ground, and it's how they got the upset victory in this ball game. Dubose yet again, lowering the shoulder. How does this kid not have more offers? He and the Brennan Bears knock off mighty Lake Travis by a final count of 34-17. They're moving on to the Elite Eight, where they're going to play Austin Westlake. You can hear the sorrow all the way up I-35. Well, UTSA is at the Alamo Dome tomorrow, welcoming the UTEP Miners for the final time in Conference USA. We'll talk about that later in the program, but maybe an early upset we saw in the high school ranks. Harlan and Vandergrift roll tape. This one just finishing up. First half, it was all Vandergrift. This is Noah Ferris to Isaiah Manchester, who gets the feet down in the corner. Hauls it in. It's 7-0 Hawks. But Vandergrift back the other way. That's Alex Witt, who's been steady all season for the Vipers, refuses to go down. He gets in. It's 7-7. You're just waiting for Vandergrift to open things up, right? But Harlan having none of it. Ferris on 3rd and long. Right back to Manchester. Whoa! Manchester City going up the ladder to grab that one, and that sets up the touchdown here. Breaking the plane. Hawks led 21-7 in the first half. That's when I took off, came back to the studio, put on the shirt and tie, had to go do the show, and things really fell apart from Harlan after that one. Vandergrift up by double digits. Looks like they're going to end the season for Harlan, but one very well spent. A nice effort there from the Hawks. Smithson Valley, they dropped in class this year. They want to win state after dropping from 6A to 5A. 5A Division I, they drew Fulshire. Cheerleaders, they were just hoping they don't drop the flags here. Whoa, 2 hands on it. Windy out there in Seguin. In the tough conditions, you got to roll up the sleeves, get physical. This is Smithson Valley football, right up the gut. Chase Senelick, QB keeper. I mean, he gets credit for the score, but watch the big maulers up front here. Look at 55 just ejected from your screen. That's Colton Thomason, the offensive lineman. He's committed to Texas A&M. So Smithson Valley up 28-13 on 4th down for Fulshire. At my man, McLean Garrett. Smithson Valley, they're elite 8 bound. They get the win in this one. Final count of 31-13. Alamo Heights saw their season end last year at the hands of Liberty Hill, 43-40 in a late playoff shootout. Just so happens, Alamo Heights draws that same Panther squad here today in the Sweet 16. We have the highlights at 6P. It probably doesn't taste any easier to go down for Alamo Heights at 10, but after 12 combined points in the first half, things blew up late. Under 5 to go, Heights down 6. Michael Terry finds a crease and slips down all the way down inside the 5. Alamo Heights needing a touchdown to commandeer the lead. Very next play. How about your quarterback, Conley McKenna? Do it yourself. Power up the gut. Heights with the go-ahead score. But there's 3:40 left on the clock, and it was too much time for Liberty Hill. Out of the wishbone. This is Noah Long. Round the outside. He gets in with under a minute to play. 38 seconds, Liberty Hill's on top, 37-32. Ron Ritterman, what do you got in the golf bag? We need the driver. No time for the wedges. Last play, last chance to dance. McKenna up in the pocket. He's got numbers down there. but it's off the fingertips of the wide receiver, hits the painted grass, and the season for Alamo Heights for the second consecutive year ends at the hands of Liberty Hill. Just centimeters short of a miracle. Jeremy Baker, I know that you're a football fan. That's especially close, and that feeling isn't any easy.
Oh, I'm stuck on the M&M reference there. Round the outside, round the outside.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that, definitely.
That's right, Motor
Reminds
City.
me of my college days.
I love that.
I just aged myself. Good thing the weather held off, at least, for a few hours. We got lightning out there now.
Yikes.
Yeah,
I don't have any references for that.
No, sorry. Yeah, no one to play football lightning, that's for sure. We got it right now.